Hello and welcome back to the next part of my Shadow Man Remastered playthrough. If you're wondering how to access the cut content, or you're playing the cut content right now and you're stuck, then this video is for you. If you remember my last video, I showed how that the cable cart now has been modified. It's got some new levers. Before it was just one lever you had to press. Now we've got the option of going to back to the asylum, which is 1, or we're going to go forward to the cut content, which is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and press that now, and this cable cart takes us off to somewhere that in the original game didn't take you to. I'm just going to edit out this loading screen. So here we are in the cut content area. I guess everything from this point on wasn't in the original game. Pretty crazy how this cable cart now takes you to new places to me. This first area as well, like, I love how it really shows off the new shadow effects that the game now has, like the real-time rendering of shadows, which didn't really happen in the original game. I can't compare this to the original because like none of this was in the original, but I love how the shadows are all shining up onto the ceiling there. So yeah, this area, I can imagine there's probably some people watching this video that are playing the cut content and I've got stuck. So it took me a little while to figure out how to do some of this stuff. I think I played this section for about an hour and a half one night, and I absolutely loved playing it. Just seeing stuff that had never been released before, and it's actually fairly difficult to work out how to get around, which is to me fun because actually I like the challenge of kind of being a rat stuck in a maze, and that's definitely the feeling I get from this. You can also kind of get stuck in this level, as in like you can't, once you're in you can't get out, which I rarely see. I don't think I remember much of the levels in Shadow Man doing, and I actually also wonder if maybe it was part of the reason why this section got cut from the game, because they maybe found that it was maybe too difficult for players. People didn't like getting stuck at this part. But I also wonder like how much of this stuff was decided by nightdive and how much nightdive just stumbled across in the game's files. Or I'd love to know how it came about that this content was added back in, like what the process was. But I also wonder if maybe it was something to do with like it being too dark. Like it gets pretty grim later on. I'll show you later what I'm talking about, but this is like the Temple of Pain and the Asylum was kind of all, oh yeah, we can't go down here just yet, and that's where I think some of the backtracking comes in. But yeah, I think it's like, I wonder if it was just a little bit too grim, because the whole point in this asylum was that it was set up so that like people would be tortured and stuff like that, and I feel like you get like a little bit of a taste of it in the earlier asylum parts, but this bit, it really hammers that message home. Yeah, it starts to get pretty grim, and you see some of the torture chambers and stuff like that. Okay, I'm just gonna go down. So this is the part where you can basically get stuck. You can just fall down. You can go down here unaware of how much of a trap you're kind of in. So if you go down here, you're now essentially trapped. You can't get back up here. Now, of course, if we use Luke's teddy bear, we can warp out of here, or if you die, you actually go back to the start. So there's that. But if you're kind of playing and not wanting to die, I guess, which I generally don't, then you have to then play this through to completion, this area. With that being said, you can come back and do stuff that with new abilities, but yeah, you have to, once you're in here, you just have to keep playing, which I kind of thought was pretty crazy. Make a note of this door, by the way. If you're playing this and you're stuck, you may need to come back to this door, like way back at the start. You might not have realised that that's the case, because I did wander about for a long time and not realise that technically that is actually the way out, and to get to that door you have to then backtrack your way through the level again. And I guess that's part of why the ramp's there as well, because it's like we just got another Dark Soul there, because the ramp it's kind of telling you like, no, this isn't the way out. You should be able to play your way through. So that's what I kind of did. I got stuck in here and ran about forever. Got to that ramp and I was like, okay, there must be a way out of here, and essentially it is that door. So just keep that in mind. It's the door with the cross on it. So later on we'll unlock that door, but it won't be made automatically obvious, and unless you have a really good memory, you'll not remember that that's the case. So you can probably get stuck around here for a while, but what you have to do is jump up onto this ledge and probably wait for this steam. Just wait here, because that steam will actually knock you off. Oh shit, okay. So don't get too close to the edge either. I thought I was far enough away there. So yeah, that'll happen, but if you're standing over the lava, then that'd be a bad time. Kinda hard to see this little edge as well. I'll just wait here for the steam to go, and then on we go. I guess I could zoom out a little bit. Like way over here. But yeah, I was really surprised at like, so actually that's another thing I should say, like I was surprised at how much, I mean I haven't played the whole game yet, so I don't know if there's more. I hope there is more cut content, but I was really surprised at how much this was cut out of this. So and it kind of forces you to play it. So like right now, because I just picked up that Dark Soul, you'll see that I have now 3 levels in my, I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm like level 3 that I can now open soul gates that are of level 3 is what I mean. So, but I was only because I picked up that last Dark Soul. Up until now, I wouldn't be able to access any of those other levels, but now technically I could just leave this area and go and play some of the other levels, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to push on through and play the game as it's intended and get as many of the Dark Souls as I can in here. This is a really awkward little ledge, by the way, so just be careful to not fall down here. You have to kind of walk on this very narrow ledge. And a pretty cool physics mechanic, actually, it reminds me of something like Half-Life, is this fan will actually pull you in, so just be careful of that because it will kill you. I think what we want to do, it's kind of been a few days since I actually played this, so I think we have to come over here and first of all press this lever over here. And this will unlock a door that's later on. Yeah, so it's opened up one of these piston things. Let's see what's the best way. Let's see if I can grab onto here, make my way over. I don't go in there just yet. That's kind of a shortcut for later. Let's see, am I above where I need to be? Yeah. Okay. So I've opened up one of the pistons that'll allow me access later on. See, and then you kind of have to just like walk along this. I think is the best way. You probably just like crawl along it, but or like shimmy along it. There we go. Fallen off this a few times. Oh, just about made it. So let's see. I think the way. Oh, I didn't really. I thought there was like that was close. Didn't realize there was a bigger drop there. I don't. No, you don't go up this way. I think the way is over here. Oh no, I'm nearly dead already. Oh, I'm really close to being killed right now. Let's see, I'll maybe give it a quick save. Just in case I die. Because it will start me right back at the very start if I die. Let's get some health.
Thank the Lord.
You have to fight a sniper hog here, which isn't ideal because I'm really low on health. And these guys can do a lot of damage. Okay, and I got another one. These guys are brutal. Like, I don't remember them being as hard as this. Like, I was actually convinced that nightdive maybe made them a little bit harder just to kind of, I don't know, increase the challenge. But I'm not entirely sure that's right, but it definitely feels like when I was playing the original they were a little bit easier to kill. Open up some of these things, get some health and some fire. I can come back here and collect the Kado if I need to. I'm just going to show you guys like the main things. I'll get ones if they're easy enough to get. Oops. But yeah, I'm just kind of showing you guys the main things for now, like the main where the souls are that you need before, just in case you miss any of them. I'm full on health and fire, which is good, so I'll just not bother breaking any of these things.
Something around here.
Okay, so here we have like a few doors that have symbols above them, the cross symbol, for example. So the way, what you might miss at this point is actually what to do here. Firstly, this is a door you may, or like a key you may miss, I guess, or a lock you may miss. So make sure you unlock this, because that's important later. And that's easily missed. And up here is another thing that you might not see, is like a you can climb up onto the ceiling, and there's a couple of locks up here we have to unlock. A few locked doors here we don't actually get to open just yet, and I guess that's part of the backtracking for this level. Okay, so that's one locked, and then I think we have to, yeah, there's one more up here. Now you can climb up a further level here, but up there, but it's kind of just it's more like a shortcut to get out, I believe. So we don't need to do that now. So now that we've, everything's unlocked now, so we can progress through this part of the playthrough. And actually I'm going to bring my fire because it gets a little bit hard here. This part of the game is called the experimental, I think it's the experimental, oh, where's it called? Experimental rooms. So like really this is like a little bit of I guess lore in the game that you never really got to see in the original. Like you knew that like they were experimenting with the Dark Souls, and they were trying, like Nettie tells you that they're trying to put the Dark Souls into like some army that'll like obviously then be immortal and then take over the world. But in this part of the game we actually see firsthand them actually trying those experiments. So they're I guess it's part torture and part experimenting on how they can make better make an army and make some soldiers that are indestructible, and that's how they take over the world. And it's pretty crazy that, you know, like something like this was cut, because although it's not essential to the story, but it's just like part of the lore of the game that we never got to see, which is crazy. Like you can see already I'm probably about, I don't know, 10 minutes in, and we're not even halfway. So there's so much of this cut going. Oh,
only a Shadow Man or something more powerful could release a dark soul from a Govi. This is bad, real bad.
Yeah, there's a little bit more lore there. So that's clearly there was a Govi here, but it's been destroyed. And Shadow Man just said, like, you know, this looks bad. Nettie said that you know, they were going to try and use them and stuff. So this is the progress of them. So we're kind of catching them in the act, and we're stopping them from creating their army. And we're trying our best anyway. And we will see another little cutscene in a second or two. So this time I'll try and shut up. So there's a kind of a hard enemy in here I'm gonna go and fight, and I don't think it's a new enemy. I think it's like one that we see later on in the game, but we're just seeing him a little bit earlier. And he has like a, well, I didn't really I kind of wasted him a little bit quick, but he had a machine gun. I think we see them later on in the game, but we wouldn't normally have seen them so early. And I think we actually do get that machine gun later on too, like a dead side machine gun. Because I know we get some in live side, and like when we're fighting the psychopaths or the serial killers, but we'll get one on dead side too. So this is I'll be quiet on this bit. I think. Let's see if I open this door. Okay, so a little bit after I open the door. Yeah, I think I'll be quiet right now because there's another cutscene that's going to happen. Oh.
These are the armies of the damned, the accursed vessels for the Dark Souls. I must find a way to stop them from traveling across the veil to the world of the living.
yeah, so these are the vessels of the Dark Souls. So the idea was like, what they were doing was putting the Dark Souls, I guess, in their chest. But I've kind of broke in the middle of this one, and we get to claim the Dark Soul. In a previous video, I showed that one of the Dark Soul, or one of the Govi, had been moved from an earlier level, and I think it's been moved basically to here to give you the ability to pick it up now, because there's still the same number of 120, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 120 Dark Souls. So I was thinking, like, how is that possible? So I mean, obviously they've redistributed them about the levels a little bit. Okay, another key over here. Let's see what this one does. Just opens the door beside me, I guess. But you'll see earlier I opened another door, which we could have actually backtracked to, but this way is a little bit better because we get to go and get our Dark Soul and stuff. Okay, this bit can be a little bit awkward. Yeah, got it. Okay, so yeah, this door here was now open, and this is essentially the back of where that fan was. If we go left, it's just where it brings us to. There's the fan. It'll actually, yeah, it'll actually pull you away this time, which is cool because I don't remember there being many physics-based things in Shadow Man like that, but yeah, this bit is insane. I love this this area. So let's jump up here and climb across. Like, this is insane. It's like, it reminds me, and again, it's insane that this was cut, because how much time would have been spent in designing this and putting it into the game and stuff. But it's just, it blows my mind that this would not have been added into the game in some way. And it's, I'm sure, a real shame for the developers that didn't add it in. I'd love to know the story behind that. And I wonder, is it because some stuff's just a little bit too dark? Maybe they thought the rating would be too high or something, or I don't know, or it wouldn't get approved. Clearly, you can drop onto this as well, because like there's a cadeau there, and I guess whenever we get the ability to walk on lava, there's like a little archway over there, so I guess we can walk over there. So I'm not going to drop down just yet because I don't want to die. But this really reminds me of, like, if you've ever watched the Matrix, where like the machines are drilling into the world. Let's go and get this little cadeau. It just reminds me of like that, like as if, like, I don't know, like they're just trying to drill into the earth. It looks really nice. It's a really cool effect there, especially for like what was a Nintendo 64 game. Maybe some of this stuff was too onerous on the on like the Nintendo 64. Like, it just couldn't run well. Maybe it was like performance wise, some of this, like the room's too much going on, like it was too ambitious. I don't know. So again, all we have to do really here is open up this door, and this is the point now where like you might just get lost. Like, you may have just pushed that, and what happens is this opens up one little shortcut, which I need my fire, because this bit's a little bit hairy, I think. Get some sniper hogs and stuff that are not really easy to kill. Let's see. Get a couple of things. And really all this next bit does is open up a shortcut. So if you're playing this right now and you're stuck, I understand, because this like leaves you at loose end. But what I think all it's doing is it's basically opening up a shortcut for that. You know that like engine room bit I was just at? Maybe it's like a shortcut to get to there. I think Shadow Man just likes to just tie up loose ends and lets the level be more accessible. Which again I keep talking about, but it reminds me so much of Dark Souls in that respect. Because all I'm doing right now is just opening up this door, which brings us right back to here. And you can see there's someone with a chainsaw in there trying to get out. And I thought for the longest time that we had to go in there, but we don't. Again, that must be like a back. We have to come back to that, like a backtracking thing whenever we get more powers or something, because I cannot open that door at this point, and you probably won't either. The other way of going, let's see if I open this. So down here is where that drilling thing is, and over here just takes you to, again, another... Oh I didn't realize there's going to be a guy here. Oh my... See how deadly those guys can be. Wow. So yeah, it just brings you again back full circle to here. So if you're like wandering around in circles here, like I was, there's nothing else to do here. I'm just letting you know. So what we now have to do is go back to right back to the start. So I think there may be a quicker way. Let me think. I'm trying to think of the quickest way to actually do this. Yeah, let's see down here. Yeah, so what we have to do is actually, I think this is where we can probably use that shortcut I was talking about earlier to get back. So we go way up here, and then I think this just kind of this way cuts out the some of the fire that we have to get through. So let's see, now we jump up on this, and there may be a quicker way of doing this, I'm not sure, but this is just the way I get out of here. But we now have to go right, so we slide down here, and then we can jump across. So yeah, I think that just lets you avoid having to like jump over all those fire traps and potentially die. Oh, that was close. Oh no, I died. Alright, actually this isn't too bad that I died, because this will take us back to the, right back to this. Oh no, it took us back to here. Damn it. the game knows that. I was hoping it would actually take me back to like the cable cart, because I think depending on where you die, it does sometimes take you back to the cable cart. Alright, let's go back here. I can't tell you the number of times that I've died trying to make some of these jumps, but I will say that from going back and forth between this and the original, I really appreciate the new controls, because I appreciate the fact that Nightdive spent the time on updating the controls, because it does make the platforming elements a lot easier, and especially this specific part here. It's like I find that some jumps are kind of awkward to make, so I'm really glad that we have a lot more precision with the controls now. So yeah, I think we have to more or less go, let's see, back this way. Oh, I'm just thinking actually there is another way. I think there is another way of getting back this, but I can't remember what it is. I'd need to do some more playing just to test that out. Oh, this is kind of a hard jump to make. Oh yeah, I made it. So now this is where we use that door we talked about earlier. The one that I told you to remember. This is now where we get to the next part of the cut content and how we get out of this place. Oh no. Well, that was close. I nearly landed in the lava again. Okay. Oh, that's a hard jump to make. Okay, so this is the door I was talking about. Right here. This is how we get out of yeah, so there, yeah, we have to climb up on this. Just kill this guy because I don't want him taking in my life. Okay, climb up here and then up into the roof again. There we go. At this point, let's see, oh no, over here. Yeah, so let's see, do we fall down? Yeah, so we fall down. This leads, oh yeah, no, there isn't actually a quicker way. I think this is the only way. So this leads to some little doors that were where we picked up our first ever Dark Soul, if you remember that. So there's no need to drop down there really, unless you want to do a little bit more exploring. There could be some cadeau in there. Just want to kill this guy and unlock this door. Let's see where this brings us. Can't actually remember. Oh yeah, so that's unlocked that lower door. This is the ramp we came down in, and again at this point you might be thinking, alright, now where? Because I've just kind of done everything. At this point we have to actually jump into the water, and what we have to do is unlock this valve. I didn't even know this was like you could interact with this, but if we just go and press the E button,
Wonder if it's still working.
Oh yeah, he actually said there something about unlocking it too. So press the E button or the interact button, and it'll actually open up a valve down in the water below us. So I'm going to have to end the video here because I believe this one's probably quite long as it is, and there's still a decent amount of playing to do left. So I'll finish this cut content in the next video because I don't want this to be too long. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to check out my channel for the next one where I'll complete this section of the cut content.